morning. It's Jennifer Redmond Knight, and as you know, we're helping people work better together. We are continuing our conversation around facilitation, and I've had a lot of good feedback about last week's discussion on competition among members and what things have been helpful for you all. This is going to be another challenging situation today. It's the lack of trust. And lack of trust is tricky. As you know, if you have trust, all is well. But once you lose trust, gaining trust is very difficult for any of us. And so when we're in the middle of a group and we're facilitating a group, there may be some issues going on between a couple members where you know there's trust issues, so people are not going to be open about sharing. There may be a lack of trust that the group can actually move forward and do what they say they're going to do. Either of those can be really tricky. And as a facilitator, it's important to address those and recognize those and then do something about it. So this week in my blog post, I highlight really 3 suggestions on ways that you can address challenges of lack of trust when you're facilitating a group. The first one is to assess the situation. Get to know really what's going on. And that may not be something you can do. If you're a facilitator and you're internal to the group, you may be too close to it. You guys may need to have somebody external do some key informant interviews. Perhaps you want to do an anonymous survey that allows folks to really be comfortable in sharing things a little bit more. Once you get a sense of what's really going on, then you've got to address the situation. And this is not always easy. If this is just a small group or a couple of people, then I recommend going to that person as well as bringing somebody with you that's also neutral to really kind of say, here, what's going on, and get to know what's going on and do something about it. And it's not always easy. Again, the assessment piece is really helpful to get to the addressing piece so you really know what's going on. And then the next kind of piece, once you've addressed it and really tried to do something with that within the group and acknowledge that it's there, you really, in addressing it, you also want to just make their suggestions known. So if it's a group situation, they don't trust you, then try to do something trustworthy. So one of the things I highlight is the need to communicate. If communication is an issue and people are like, I don't know what's going on, then be intentional about communicating regularly and routinely. Anyway, address it in the way that makes the most sense. The next piece is to really believe the best. And I know this can be difficult, and especially if you've been burned by some particular folks in your group, that you're like, no way can I believe the best. But as a facilitator, it's really important to speak the best of others and believe the best in others. Give those second chances, try again, create an opportunity with perhaps some boundaries and accountability in that. But again, an opportunity where folks can regain some trust that has been lost. And then also kind of set those expectations. One of the things that I found in working with groups is when I set the expectation that people are going to be trustworthy, it helps them be a little more trustworthy. You know, I believe the best, and it really makes a difference when we're facilitating. So this week, again, is a topic that's not easy, and it can be exhausting as a facilitator, but you guys can absolutely address these trust issues. Assess them, address them, and believe the best in others. So check out my blog post where I have a little bit of this in writing, and I would love to hear from you all. What kind of things have worked for you as you're facilitating a group of people in terms of increasing trust? So I'd love to kind of hear that in the comments below or even after this recording. And then again, if you haven't yet signed up to get my weekly updates in terms of my blogs, and you haven't gotten my resource on emotional intelligence and partnership building, I'll put a link in the comments there as well. Just click the subscribe button and you'll get those updates. So hopefully these will be some good tools for you to work on those trust issues with your groups. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Thanks so much. Bye.